Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera dan salam Sarawakku sayang. Sekali lagi anda bersama dengan saya, Radzi Ahmad untuk Sarawak Decides. Masih lagi dengan topik perbualan kita hari ini iaitu bagaimanakah mengukuhkan keharmonian dan kesejahteraan sosial menuju ke arah negeri maju berpendapatan tinggi menjelang tahun 2030. Dan untuk kali ini kita turut bersama dengan di dalam studio adalah pensyarah di Fakulti Sains Sosial dan Kemanusiaan UNIMAS Encik Dik Lembang Dugut. Tetapi sebelum itu, kita akan bersama dengan Yumi Suryani untuk menyampaikan 5PM English News. Adakah anda sudah bersedia, Yumi?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Yumi.
Right, thank you, Radzi. You're now with me, Yumi Suryani, and this is your 5PM English News on TVS. Now, let's get on with the topics for today. Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Sarawak Infectious Diseases Centre in Kota Semarahan today. SIDC is a research facility under the purview of the Sarawak Research and Development Council. The ceremony symbolizes the next phase of the SIDC, designed to be focal point of the ecosystem that will accelerate economic growth and human capital development in the biomedical sector in Sarawak. The site is strategic as Kota Semarahan is home to universities, research centers and the Sarawak Biodiversity Park. This groundbreaking is also a fresh example of the commitment from the Sarawak government to enhance Sarawak's biomedical capabilities and well-being of Sarawakians. As such, SIDC will catalyze development of biomedical industries in Sarawak, being the start of a biohub integrating hospitals, research centre, academia and the biopark, and thus provide a complete pipeline from discovery and testing and clinical trials through the product plus human capital training to provide highly skilled workforce for the biomedical industry. Lack of proper documentation of biodiversity in Sarawak could lead to a biodiversity crisis, species loss and even extinction. Hence, concerted efforts are urgently needed to better manage the biodiversity conservation for the benefit of all. To this, Sarawak government, through the Ministry of Urban Development and Natural Resources, is taking steps to sustainably manage its biodiversity in line with Sarawak's post-COVID-19 development strategy to uphold the forestry sector.
It was the aspirations to make Sarawak a centre of excellence in biodiversity conservation, said the Ministry of Urban Development and Natural Resources Permanent Secretary, Datu Zaidi Mahdi, whose text speech was read by Ministry's Head of Division Administration, Management Services and Finance, Hairani Muhammad Ismail, when officiating the Satrap's PUBS workshop today.
In line with Sarawak's post-COVID-19 development strategy, by 2030, the forestry sector aims to be globally recognized in sustainable management of tropical forests and biodiversity conservation, while enhancing the rapid growth of timber industry. One of the aspirations is to make Sarawak a centre of excellence in biodiversity conservation.
Noting the vast landmass in the state, he said Sarawak is an ideal location for biodiversity studies as 62% or 6 million hectares of its landmass and 1 million hectares are classified as permanent forest estate and totally protected areas respectively. He said that the recent restructuring of Forest Department Sarawak and Sarawak Forestry Corporation was a way forward for Sarawak government in strategizing the management of natural resources.
The recent restructuring of forestry sector involving two agencies under our ministry, i.e. Forest Department Sarawak and Sarawak Forestry Corporation, is a way forward for the Sarawak government in strategizing the management of natural resources. Forest Department Sarawak principal function is on the sustainable management of the permanent forest, where the efforts will contribute to stability of economy, social and environment, whereas Sarawak Forestry Corporation has been entrusted to manage the totally protected areas such as national parks, nature reserves, and wildlife sanctuaries, and protect and conserve wildlife in Sarawak.
Jointly organized with Japan, the Science and Technology Research Partnership for Sustainable Development, or SATRAPS, project is focused on the development of a management system for multiple utilization of biodiversity in the tropical rainforest of Sarawak. Among the chief goals of the 5-year project is to develop a protected area management system and to promote the intellectual use of biodiversity. At the same time, a new database management system will be developed to accommodate the biodiversity data.
Sarawak, known for its diverse culture, are among the reasons to its richness in unique ethnic cuisine. The diverse yet tasty indulgence of Sarawak's authentic taste can soon be experienced by Singaporeans, as well as people from around the world, as Sarawak's heritage dish such as Sarawak laksa paste, soft shell crabs, bird's nest, smoked fish sambal, Borneo honey, Kenyalang coloured highland rice, local teas, and a wide range of the famous Sarawak pepper will be showcased at the Restaurant Asia 2021, held at the Marina Bay Sands Expo Convention and Exhibition Centre in Singapore from November 18 to 20 of this year.
Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office Singapore, or STATOS, said Restaurant Asia 2021 is a one-stop sourcing platform for the finest ingredients servicing the Singapore restaurant and catering industry. Organized by the Restaurant Association of Singapore in partnership with Conference and Exhibition Management Services, the event truly is a trade show created by the industry for the industry, where buyers can see, experience, and actually test and taste smart and sustainable food and beverage F&B solutions and ingredients. STATOS Trade and Investment Manager T.C. Tan said the timing of the event was just perfect for Sarawak to secure new export orders, as its capital, Kuching, had just been announced as UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy. He added that 6 industry players will be joining in person, while 20 others have provided product samples as well as information to be showcased at the event. Through the generosity of the Sarawak government, STATOS was able to provide free physical booth space and online marketing via the virtual exhibition for eligible Sarawak food production companies interested in participating in the event. STATOS Chief Executive Officer Chew Chang-Guan said the event was another platform for them to facilitate and support Sarawak's small and medium enterprises to broaden their business exposure to international markets. Started in June 2019, STATOS provides advisory services to businesses wishing to benefit from Singapore's position as a regional economic gateway and Sarawak's diverse range of resources.
The online application for postal voting for the 12th Sarawak state election for Malaysians residing abroad and those in the security and health sectors is now open until November 24. According to Election Commission Secretary Dato' Ikmalruddin Ishak, the application is for Form 1B or Malaysian citizens who are abroad and Form 1C or 9 agencies in the safety and health sector voter categories only.
Meanwhile, Ikmalruddin said postal vote application for election workers, EC members or officers, police, military and media personnel under Form 1A category will be announced at a later date. Ikmalruddin said applicants are also advised to apply in advance to avoid any problems or difficulties. Any queries regarding postal voting may be addressed by contacting the Postal Vote Management Unit or UPUP at the number shown. On November 3, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah consented to lift the emergency in Sarawak, which took effect on August 2. The lifting of the emergency proclamation indirectly paves the way for the Sarawak state election after the term of the State Legislative Assembly ended on June 6. The EC will convene a special meeting regarding the 12th Sarawak state election on November 24 in Kuching.
Commercialization entails positive impact to the community-based tourism or CBT in Sarawak, coupled with craft development program. Organised by the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture will certainly enhance the sector. Its Minister, Dato' Sri Nancy Shukri, is confident that Sarawakians could generate lucrative income making and selling crafts, as data showed sales of more than 11.7 million ringgit has been obtained since January 1st this year.
The Batang Sadong Member of Parliament said, apart from enjoying Sarawak's richness in flora and fauna, tourists are also searching for a different type of tourism experience, such as purchasing unique craft goods, which each area in the state may fully utilize. She stated that MOTAC, through agencies such as the Sarawak branch of the Malaysian Handicraft Development Corporation, will actively empower community-based tourism, which is one of the segments under ecotourism. Aside from that, in order to better promote Sarawak to the rest of the globe, Nancy also stated that MOTAC intends to emphasize what the state has to offer foreign tourists at Expo 2020 Dubai, which began in October. Emphasizing on this, she said MOTAC will fully utilize the main slot in week 13 of the Expo to promote Sarawak as an ecotourism-based destination, as well as a venue for international conferences and exhibitions, which have generated 457 million ringgit in revenue for Sarawak over the last 10 years. To intensify this effort, MOTAC had met with the state government to coordinate and drive the development of 9 ecotourism clusters to guarantee that the areas could be developed sustainably through CBT activities, while also allowing for the holistic development of the homestay experience program. Nancy said this move is important to support the state government's aspiration to achieve its vision of becoming a developed state by 2030.
Malaysia is ready to become a hub for hepatitis C treatment in the region by offering a combination treatment of Ravidasvir and Surface-Buvir at affordable prices. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said the new product for medical tourism was offered following the conditional approval given to Malaysia to become the first country to offer treatment from the combination of the two drugs. Khairi said Malaysia will market this treatment to travellers from abroad as it is expected to have a multiplier effect on the economy. He said the offer was also in line with the World Health Organization (WHO) mission to reduce the spread of hepatitis virus infection by 90% and reduce deaths due to the virus by 65% by 2030. Adding that the ministry would also identify hospitals that would be turned into premium hospitals to carry out the initiative.
Khairi remarked that the medical tourism sector also had great potential to boost the economy, which had generated revenue of around 1.7 billion ringgit annually before the COVID-19 pandemic. The ministry is targeting 520 million ringgit in revenue due to travel restrictions, while 800 million ringgit target for 2020. Earlier, Khairi launched Malaysia as the destination for hepatitis C treatment promotion, which was also attended by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Economy, Datuk Sri Mustafa Mohamad, Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, and MHTC Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Daud Muhammad Arif. Meanwhile, Dr. Nur Hisham said studies on the use of a combination of Ravidasvir and Surface-Buvir proved to be up to 97% effective in treating hepatitis C with very low side effects. Previously, treatment that required a compulsory license was only offered in public hospitals, but now it can be done in private hospitals with a voluntary license. The Health Ministry is also in the midst of tracking down more than 400,000 hepatitis C patients in the country.
2 men sustained injuries in a single vehicle collision when their lorry crashed into a tree at Jalan Demak earlier today. According to Fire and Rescue Department, Bomba, Sarawak Operations Centre, a distress call was made to notify the incident at around 8:16 a.m. Both male victims who were trapped inside the lorry were successfully extricated from the lorry by firefighters personnel. The 2 victims sustained injuries on their legs and hands and were later sent to the hospital for further action. And that concludes the news for 5 p.m. Make sure to tune in to TVS for Sarawak Decides with Radzi.
Thank you, Yumi, for the 5 p.m. English News Report. Baik, sebelum kita memulakan perbincangan kita dengan Encik Dik Lembang Nugun, seperti biasa kita akan berehat seketika. Jangan ke mana-mana, kembali selepas ini dalam Sarawak Decides.
Malaysia kaya dengan kepelbagaian kaum, seni dan budaya. Keindahan alam semula jadi, khazanah warisan alam, pulau dan pantai serta keenakan makanannya. Semuanya ada di sini. Jom kita cuti-cuti Malaysia.
Polis tidak akan ber-16 items beranak bak kandang benua Pusing 国关对疫苗接种yang merentang terutama di kawasan 如今疫苗的到来 Adakah caranya Indonesia and Malaysia 现在其实我们可以看
meskipun reda dengan
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera.
Warnailah hidupmu, tampilkanlah bakat baru. Sarawak pasti maju, menginspirasi duniamu. Oh, TVS, oh, TVS, oh, TVS, inspirasi duniamu.
Negeri Sarawak, sebuah negeri yang nyata luar biasa. Inilah misi untuk mengeksplorasi keindahan dan keunikan negeri Sarawak.
perjalanan ke lokasi pun dah menjadi seperti sesuatu pengembaraan. Macam-macam lah yang ada. Budaya, sosial, landscape, flora, fauna dan alam semula jadi.
Jom bersama aku, Chopi dan Amir mengembara pusing Sarawak ini dalam Kemah Kita Bah.
Hi, I'm Declan. I play Steven Sigat, and don't forget to catch Tili Tili Cinta on TVS channel 122 Astro and My TV.
Bertemu kembali dalam Sarawak Decides. Sekali lagi kita bersama dengan Encik Dik Lembang Dugun yang merupakan pensyarah di Fakulti Sains Sosial dan Kemanusiaan di Universiti Malaysia Sarawak UNIMAS untuk berkongsi pendirian beliau dalam topik perbualan kita hari ini, iaitu mengukuhkan keharmonian dan kesejahteraan menuju ke arah tahun 2030. Encik Dik Lembang, terima kasih kerana sudi meluangkan masa bersama kita hari ini.
Ya, sama-sama. Terima kasih juga atas jemputan.
Baik, menurut Maslow's hierarchy of needs, untuk mencapai keharmonian di negeri maupun negara, beberapa perkara asas perlu ada seperti makanan, tempat tinggal dan juga pakaian. Tetapi pada zaman moden hari ini perlu juga ada jaringan sosial yang bagus seperti insurans, perumahan yang selesa dan kondusif, pengangkutan yang efisien dan sebagainya. Kerajaan negeri sememangnya telah menyediakan semua ini sebaik mungkin. Tetapi bagaimanakah kita boleh memastikan jaringan asas ini dipertingkatkan lagi menjelang tahun 2030? Encik Dik Lembang.
Okey, terima kasih atas soalan yang dikemukakan. Dan seperti yang sedia maklum, seperti yang saudara Razif katakan, Abraham Maslow punya teori ini adalah amat penting dalam seseorang individu, dan tambahan lagi dalam dunia yang lebih moden sekarang ini, iaitu social protection ataupun jaringan sosial ini adalah satu kemestian bagi seseorang individu ataupun masyarakat. So ini perkara yang perlu kerajaan fikirkan, dan saya sudah pasti kerajaan telah dan sedang mengusahakan perkara ini, iaitu tentang keselamatan sosial. Tiga perkara penting ini adalah insurans, social insurans, insurans sosial ini, aktif pasaran pekerja, labor markets, polisi. Saya rasa ini yang kerajaan perlu utarakan untuk memastikan teori Maslow hierarchy of need itu dipenuhi. Basic need itu perlu pada masa zaman moden ini dan akan menuju ke 2030 nanti.
Baik, terima kasih Encik Dik Lembang. Baik, sebelum kita teruskan dengan perbualan kita, kita ada pandangan rakyat di kawasan Pusa mengenai projek jalan, projek rumah ibadat dan juga projek sudah siap dibina. Saksikan VT ini.
OEB ada membantu rumah panjang saya yang projek jalan, ada bajet tahun 2020 aja lah. Projek jalan hanya dulu 2020 hanya 300,000. Projek jalan tuju ke air, tuju ke sungai 50,000. Projek rumah ibadat kami di Blok Lili itu Saint Matthew, nama rumah ibadat kami hanya ada 200,000 lah. Projek tiga-tiganya sudah siap lah sekarang. Projek di mau kami di rumah panjang kami itu berkebun sawit lah. Tanah kami itu luas, ada 500 hektar lah, luas.
Seperti yang kita lihat dalam VT tadi, apabila perkara-perkara asas ini sudah ada, rakyat boleh terus meneroka bidang yang diminati untuk mencari rezeki. Kita juga harus memikirkan bahawa teknologi berubah dengan pantas. Jadi Encik Dik Lembang, bagaimanakah sebuah negara atau negeri boleh memastikan rakyat bersedia untuk cepat mengambil peluang untuk meningkatkan kualiti hidup, contohnya dari segi pendigitalan, e-dagang dan juga dan sebagainya. Encik Dik Lembang.
Okey, ya, ini adalah amat penting bila kita bercakap tentang teknologi. Dan saya teringat bila kita bercakap tentang teknologi ini, impak utama dia adalah kepada kawasan di luar bandar. Bila kawasan luar bandar ini, peranan teknologi ini amat signifikan. Tetapi kesediaan ataupun bagaimana masyarakat di luar bandar ini dapat menerima ataupun menggunakan teknologi ini adalah satu yang amat penting perlu dipikirkan oleh pihak kerajaan. Oleh itu, kerajaan perlu menggunakan pendekatan engagement dengan masyarakat di luar bandar untuk bagi memastikan mereka dapat menguasai teknologi yang betul-betul akan digunakan pada masa hadapan. Dan ini secara tidak langsung dapat menambah baik kualiti hidup mereka pada masa akan datang.
Baik, terima kasih Encik Dik Lembang. Baik, seterusnya kita akan saksikan rangkuman daripada Ketua Wanita Ranting Blok Undai Pusa, Geni Tundang, mengenai projek untuk wanita dari segi kraft tangan, manit, tikar dan sebagainya, dan juga penambahbaikan rumah panjang. Saksikan.
Kami lalu ada jalan raya, lepas tu tambah-tambah lagi projek-projek macam-macam lah, projek wanita, projek rumah, repair rumah pun ada. Tahun 2018 jalan raya kami siap sampai di tar sampai ke itu lah. Penambahbaikan di rumah panjang kami situ, macam kami tu pula keras tangan, buat manit, buat tikai macam tu. Itu baby ada beri kami peruntukan, pakai kami beli cat pakai pula tikar, menambah pendapatan kami. Nyala penusah kami di rumah panjang situ, tusah mun pemansang lain dah ada sejak WB dah jadi WB, kami mansang. Memang ya mansang. Kami nang 100% situ nyukung WB, si ada nyukung orang lain.
Jadi itulah dia persembahan sape yang melambangkan kesejahteraan dan keharmonian sosial di negeri ini. Baik, bercakap mengenai kesejahteraan sosial, jaringan sosial yang diguna pakai di beberapa negara telah membuktikan ia akan membawa kepada peningkatan keupayaan individu untuk meningkatkan pendapatan sekaligus menambah baik social capital sesebuah negara. Semestinya kesemua ini telah banyak dibuat di Sarawak. Jadi, Encik Dik Lembang, bagaimanakah social capital boleh menjamin keselamatan rakyat, kesejahteraan rakyat, dan bagaimana kita boleh mempercepatkan proses penambahbaikan social capital itu?
Okey, bila kita bercakap tentang social capital ini adalah satu perkara yang amat penting juga dalam kita menuju ke mengukuhkan keharmonian dan kesejahteraan sosial pada tahun 2030 nanti, dan pihak kerajaan harus memastikan benda ini diambil perhatian, dan saya percaya seperti yang saudara Razif cakap tadi, telah banyak juga perkara yang telah dilakukan oleh kerajaan, dan ini penting untuk social networking ataupun social network dalam komuniti itu sendiri. Social capital ini rakyat bersedia dan rakyat mempunyai keyakinan dalam melakukan sesuatu, bersedia untuk meningkatkan pendapatan dan sebagainya. Ini yang paling penting perlu dilakukan oleh kerajaan, memastikan pihak rakyat dapat menerima perkara ini dalam kita menuju ke kesejahteraan sosial tahun 2030 nanti.
Baik, terima kasih Encik Dik Lembang untuk perkongsian mengenai topik kita hari ini. Kita akan bersama dengan Iqbal Yusof untuk Sarawak Decides jam 6 nanti. Sarawakku sayang, jaga Sarawak, Into Sarawak, #Sarawak Decides. Saya Razi Ahmad, salam hormat dan salam sejahtera.